Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Wow, it has been a while since I have filmed. Had a lot going on. I started my new job and it's a lot. And basically I've just been really tired, so I have not filmed in a minute. The video that I put up 2 weeks ago, did you see that with this eye? Anyway, the video that I put up like 2 weeks ago was old, obviously. I don't know if you guys could tell, but yeah, so here I am. All right, well, I'm already ready for eyes. So anyway, today I'm going to be reviewing that. I love the Blood Sugar palette. And yes, I've already touched this palette and played with it a little bit. I've only played with 3 colors, so I don't really know the full tea. But so far, what I have played, I've swatched it all, so I'll put those. Some of them they swatch a little patchy, but like, I think it's this one swatched a little patchy, so it like took a couple, but it actually worked really well on the eye, which is all that matters. We don't care about swatches, we just kind of want to see, right? And then some of the colors are a little too light for my skin, so they don't really show up. I'm gonna get started on that. I'm gonna try to play with as many colors as I can to show you guys, so we'll see what we get out of this. I've already like prepped my lids. All right, so I'm going to, maybe I should do like one look on one eye and one look on another eye so we can get like more. We're gonna do that. Okay, so first I'm gonna go into Minty and I'm gonna take this Morphe M441. You guys know I like these ones, and I'm gonna start over here, kind of up higher above my crease. You guys see that, right? I literally, look, I tapped it, did that, and we got that. So we already know Jeffree knows what he's doing, and I just feel like every single palette that he's been putting out has just been getting better and better, and I have all of his palettes now. The Beauty Killer, it was good quality, but I can tell where he's really improved over the last couple of years. So, and I have heard that blues are difficult, so it's kind of a big deal that, I mean, this is just blending so nicely. Like, I've already played with the shade. I'm not gonna be like shady, but it's good, okay? It's great. All right. That looks fabulous. So I think I'm actually gonna start the other eye just so I don't look completely messed up when I do 2 different colors, and make sure it's like a similar shape to this one going on, because as you can see I have like a winged out thing going on, and you guys just ignore my pimples, okay? Because it's so bad, and I've tried to cover them up as much as I can, but really. All right, so next we're gonna go in with, we'll do Blue Blood, because I'm gonna keep this side the more green tone blues, and I'm gonna make this side the more like true blue tones. So I'm gonna go in with a similar brush. Let me find it. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this M513 because it's a little worn, and it's pretty close to this one because it's a little worn. So we're gonna use that one. And I'm gonna go into Blue Blood. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was scary. Alright, and we're gonna start on this eye. Same thing, above the crease. Yeah, you can tell this is more of a blue and this is more of a green for sure. Whenever he announced this palette, I was totally a nerd, and I was like, Blue Blood, it must be unoxygenated. I know, nobody thinks it's funny. I'm not funny, I get it. Honestly, you guys, It's okay. Who needs to be funny? All right, this is the first little bit. I haven't added any more on at all. It was just that first little initial dip that I showed you guys. And here's what we've got. So, still really good pigment. I like to go in really light though, so that's just me personally. So, I don't know what to tell you, but that's Blue Blood. And then this one, I'm not gonna flip you guys off, is Mint Tea. So, like I said, I'll put the rest of the swatches up. I probably already have by now. They are different. They look different. Like this one looks way lighter, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and add some more. This is my second dip, but that's intimidating for me, so I'm gonna top off like a bit. And go back in. Okay, that second dip was like a lot pigmented. I need to make this side like more pigmented as well, because this is very intimidating and I'm not that good with colors though. That's why I went ahead and did my face first, because if I were to do my face and my eyeshadow for you guys, it would have been like 3 hours long, and we don't want to see that. We don't even really want to see as long as my videos are, so I'm gonna try to hurry this up, and I need to stop talking. It's just been so long, you guys. Okay, I've got this one all shaped out the way I want it, so I'm gonna work on getting this side a little bit more pigmented, and it is a lighter shade, so that's why it looks different. I'm gonna work on this side. Okay, now that I look completely insane, yeah, so this is where I'm at, and I'm gonna go ahead and start with a darker shade. So I'm gonna go into Flourishing on this eye. I used this brush already the other day, and that's gross, and I don't care. I don't care. It was the same shade though, so it's all good. Now I'm gonna go a little bit above the crease still, but keeping it under that first shade. And also this is a Morphe M433, and I think I have 2 of these. I might. I don't know, but these two are really similar, so I'm going to use this one on the other eye. I don't really know what shade I'm going to go into on that side yet, so. I'm pretty much just like slowly adding the color with this one and getting a good shape with it since it's a darker color, because these are really pigmented. Like, you can already tell that's way more pigmented than the lighter one, which is good because like the lighter one is supposed to be light. But anyway, I'm going pretty softly, and it's okay if you get it a little bit on the eyelid because you know that we're gonna cut the crease and all that nonsense, so it's okay. Anyway, I'm just getting the same shape as the shade that we put on first. And I am actually bringing this one down lower over here, like that. And we already know this looks like a freaking mess right now, but we're gonna clean it up and it's all gonna be okay. And now I'm bringing the shade a little bit into my real crease. And when I do that, I'm lifting my eyebrow like this so that I can get that color nice and tucked in where that line is, because we don't want it to look creasy since this is such a bold color. So since I've tucked that color on where I want it now, I'm kind of blending it out with the same brush, but I'm keeping it tucked away where I had it in the first place. All right, so now that that's nice and blended, doesn't it look nice? I'm gonna go over the top right here with the brush that I use for Mint Tea, but I'm not gonna put any extra product. I'm just gonna blend out the edges, so that we look nice and soft like that. All right, so now on this side, I'm gonna go in with Blue Monday. Hopefully this is a good choice. And that is intimidating, but I'm gonna go in with the light hand first and see how this color performs, because Okay, this side, I've already used these two colors. This side, I have not used the colors at all, so I actually don't know what to expect on that side. I have not used this. His swatch is patchy, and purples, he said like the purple blues are hard to make, so we will see. And when I haven't used a shade before, I like to lightly go in first just to make sure that I'm like, I just like to see what I'm working with, you know what I mean? So we're gonna do the same thing on this side though, right under that first shade. We're gonna take this color and place it underneath. So now, I mean, you can tell it's a little darker. It's more of a purple tone, so that's probably why it's a little more difficult. I guess it's like an indigo is the correct color. And if Lily's watching this, she'll love that because we all know about the color slate, indigo. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit more this time because now I know that I need it. And I can already tell this is gonna be one of those shades that's a little bit more difficult to blend out. So if you're not that good with color, I definitely wouldn't recommend starting with this shade. And I'm gonna do the same thing where I lift my brow, get that color nice and blended, and it's gonna take a minute, so cue the speeding up. I'm actually just gonna keep adding little by little, but I'm gonna speed up this part. All right, so it actually didn't take as long as I thought it was going to, and that's pretty good, but you can see a big distinct placement of where the other one starts and the other one finishes. So I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of Blue Blood, and I'm gonna take that and blend both of them together so that it's not so obvious. And we want a nice soft transition, not a harsh line like there is. So we're doing something a lot different from this side because we actually are touching the color that we placed down after the transition shade. So I'm actually blending there and above, like that. This side obviously looks a lot more intense, so I'm gonna go ahead and enhance it over here. All right, I look absolutely insane now, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the crease in hopes that we're fixing this. But first I'm gonna take some setting powder and I'm gonna do this thing. This is a little too much. So this is basically going to shape it and cancel out some of the extra pigment. I feel like that's gonna look a lot better. It was just a little too intense for me. I really need to do a beauty blender. Anyway, I'm gonna go back in with Flourishing and deepen this up a little bit. All right, so to avoid this whole color mishap, I would suggest just doing the powder trick first, or use the tape trick, or don't put your foundation on first and use the wipe trick, or you can use little stickies that are just like tape. So on that note, I'm not going to do a full cut crease today because I just don't feel like it. So I'm going to take the two darker shades that I've used and I'm going to bring them down lower here, but I'm actually not blending it out yet. I'm going to pat it in so that it's more intense, but I'm going to keep it lower than that crease. I'm not blending it at all yet. I'm just tapping. Also, by letting the powder sit there, it is going to take away the pigment. I promise. I've done this before. Every time I mess up, I do this. It's not really that I messed up. It's just like I don't think that the way it was really complemented my eye shape, because you guys already know I have tiny little beady eyes. So yeah, keep tapping, but below, like I said. And once you've got a nice, beautiful pigment like you've got right here, look at that. Ooh. That is gorgeous. Now I'm gonna blend a little bit up here, but not too much right here, because I like that pigment right there. Okay, I'm kind of really loving this matte color, but I need to use the shimmers. So in this palette, there's also like quite a lot of neutrals. So if you guys wanna see me use this palette, but doing the neutral shades, let me know. All right, now I'm gonna take that other brush and I'm going to blend the crease again. All right, that's pretty good. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna tap into Flourishing and I'm going to tap, tap, tap under the crease, onto the lid. And now I'm gonna blend ever so slightly, like we did on the other eye. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the Mint Tea brush with no additional product and blend the two together in the crease. All right, here comes the fun part where we're doing the half cut crease. So I'm going to take my e.l.f. concealer because it's really good for this. And I'm gonna use my fancy smancy dish. I'm just gonna put some concealer on the dish. And I'm going to take a flat Morphe brush. This one is, no, it's one of the ones that doesn't have a name. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and start down here and pat, 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 pat. Now I'm gonna do my thing. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna leave it right there because I like it there, and I'm gonna add a little bit more for the shape. Okay, now I'm gonna take Flourishing and I'm gonna pat the outside like that. And then I'm gonna take my Sonia Kashuk brush and I'm gonna dip into Entitled. And I'm gonna tap that on there. I'm not swiping at all, just tapping motions. And I left the concealer nice and sticky so that that shade would go on nicely, which it did. Now I'm gonna go back into Flourishing and fix this little spot out here. And blend a little bit on top of that other shade. But not too much because then it causes a glittery mess. And that's it for that eye. So now I'm gonna cut the other eye. Cut to the other eye. Alright, now I'm going to take this Morphe M421 and I'm going to go into Ocean Ice. I'm going to tap that onto the concealer. This one's like a glittery shade, so I'm not sure how it's going to perform yet. Alright, I'm going to wet this. I did not wet the other one, by the way. This one's a different texture though. There we go. It's a little better. It's a little better. Might work better with a finger or a glitter glue. That's really pretty though. Use your finger. just use your finger. It's easier. Very glittery. Or use glitter glue because it's glitter. How many times can Celine say glitter in one sentence? Oh my goodness. That is a nice glitter. Ooh. It's making a huge mess though. So I'm trying to be a little fast. That's beautiful. Okay, I need to wipe this off ASAP. I want to go ahead and just dust away the... I like to use this brush, and whenever I've done that thing with the powder to lighten the shade to get it to go away, I like to push it together like this and form a little like fan type of situation. If you have a fan brush, that'll work perfectly. Just to make sure you get that excess eyeshadow. Okay, and also it got a little bit down here, which I'm not too crazy about. I'm a little annoyed. All right, I'm gonna add some powder in the corner because of that glitter, and I'm gonna let it sit there for a second. So I'm gonna focus on the other eye for a moment. I'm going to take my Stampy brush, and I'm gonna go into Flourishing and stamp across the lash line. I'm gonna keep it nice and close, like that. Zeus! And now I'm gonna take this brush and I'm gonna go into Mint Tea and blend that out on the bottom. Now I'm gonna brush this off on the other side. And it's still like just really dark on the corner. That's frustrating. I'm gonna try to scrape it off with my nail now that it's like dry. Well, that looks a lot better actually. Okay, so scrape it with your nail. All right, I'm gonna take another Stampy brush. This one's an e.l.f. one, and I'm gonna go into Blue Monday and do the same thing on this side. All right, now I'm gonna take my pencil brush and I'm gonna go in with Blue Blood and blend out the bottom. And I always connect the top with the bottom, so. Okay, I'm not gonna do a wing because I just really don't wanna do a wing. And this is really crazy, like I feel like this is so dark and this is so light. It's just wild, wild. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Maybelline Falsies mascara. And I'm not gonna put on lashes either because I'm not going anywhere and honestly I just don't feel like messing with it. Okay, before I do the lower lashes, I'm actually going to grab Breakfast at Tiffany's and put it in my waterline in both eyes. They are eye safe, first of all, but you gotta be really careful because it does get into your eye a little bit if you're not careful. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my beauty blender and pull my eye down. And the whole thing is you gotta get your eye ready because you're gonna need to let the color sit for a moment. Because if you don't, it'll get right into your eye. So pull it like way down. All right, well, I actually really like both sides now that it's like done. I'm gonna go ahead and add my mascara on the lower lashes. And you know what? I am gonna pop on some lashes. So just kidding, I'm not because my lash glue is totally in my car and I'm not walking all the way out there. Actually, I'll curl my lashes a little bit and then put more mascara on. If you're doing curling after mascara, be very gentle because you can rip your eyelashes out. Very gentle, okay? Actually, I don't even think it needs more mascara. That looks perfect. Dang it. Okay. All right, and for lips, I'm just gonna go in with a nude because this is already like a lot. This is Maybelline and it is Nude Embrace. We're gonna set. And here is the final look. All right, so final thoughts. The darker shades are more difficult to work with, which was expected. I would just keep that in mind. The lighter shades, smooth as butter, super easy to work with, and overall, I really like the palette. If you guys want to see a neutral look, because there are lots of neutrals in here, let me know down below. Which eye did you like more? Let me know down below. I know this one looks a little crappy, but I mean, it's okay. You know what I mean? So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'm trying to get closer up so you guys can see. This would obviously look super awesome with lashes, so if you guys were going to follow either of these looks, and if I was actually going somewhere, I would pop on some lashes. I actually might do this look at some point, like for real. But thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry I've been so absent. I promise I'm gonna start posting more. The whole thing was, it was like a money issue. I couldn't really just like go buy new things. So now that I'm working, I can buy more things, and keep your eye out because now that I have money, I'm gonna be doing more giveaways, and I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye.